And what is up, guys? Technical Stinkers here, checking in on our little 3D print operation for today. If you're new to the channel, uninitiated or unfamiliar, I own a business that has nothing to do with 3D printing, but I'm trying it here at home, trying some side income, side hustle type prints. Been selling a lot. We're going to be getting into that. Didn't really plan on vlogging today, but there's just so much going on. I just felt I had to share it. So let's see what I got on the plates. You probably saw in the opening roll, I was doing a little packing of some orders. I sold orders in real life. I sold orders online. And I'm doing currently replenishment right now. So let's check and see what I got going on here on the Cobra number 1, Cobra number 3, and Cobra number 4. That's actually a plate from Cobra 3 because keen eyes will see that that's TPU and that's not TPU. These are the smoke stashes. I showed these in a previous video for like your lighters and pre-rolls or whatever for in my stores. I took those over to the warehouse and they said, yeah, print a whole bunch and we're gonna do like a combo thing. So you get like a lighter, a pre-roll, and it's all in that little stash thing. And you know, mark it up a little bit. Those cost 53 cents to print, not too much. And so I'm gonna be doing, that's kind of a good thing for the printers to be working on when they're idle, not doing other stuff. Over here on the P1P, we sold a chimpanzee skull over on my art prints. So I'm working on replenishment there. Over here on the A1, you saw I had to cancel the print because in my stores, I've been taking a lot of these large art prints to sell in my stores, and I just happened to check in, like, have you guys sold anything? And they're like, oh yeah, we sold a giant T-Rex skull, a bunch of human skulls, and I'm like, you gotta tell me these things so I have like this positive reinforcement to keep doing this shit. So I'm working on, well, I asked them, like, do you want me to replace these, or is that like, you know, is this just the kind of a one and done thing? And they're like, yeah, please. And so I'm printing human skulls. Those seem to draw a lot of interest. But what about the Giga? Did the Giga fail again? Well, unfortunately, no failure porn today. The Arnstorm Giga came through. It finished about 15 minutes ago, and that's really what prompted me to vlog, because I was like, oh my God, it worked. So let's take a look at it. All right. There she is, the world's most beautiful print. Coffee table is complete. I guess maybe more than 15 minutes ago, because that came off pretty quick. Well, I came in here 15 minutes ago, and so that's in my mind, that's when it completed. So let's take this bad boy into the office and take a look at what we got. So as I was saying, a billion and one things going on. Some of them are mostly sales-based things, but some kind of interesting things for around the house prints. And again, let me know if you'd like to see stuff like that, because I've been doing a little more of those, more testing videos, less of the e-com side of things. Because if you're a 3D printer, you know, that stands to reason you're doing a lot of that kind of stuff too. And so maybe it would kind of illuminate, you know, some ideas or things that you can do. One of which is when I had all those orders this morning, I was like, I really need a way to know what to replenish in stock. Just so, you know, I fill the orders and then it's like, if I forget to restock it. So I was like, it'd be nice if I had a piece of paper. If you saw my video about the Ultimate Pen Cup, I hate clutter. I'm always trying to get rid of it. So I'm like, if I put a piece of paper up on the wall, I will see it, identify it, and be like, this is clutter, must get rid of it. And then it will prompt me to go and do the print. So I was like, I have this slat wall all over my office, and that gets important later. So I took a slat wall bracket and fused it with a paper holder. So that way I could take this, put it in my slat wall, and then I could just kind of put the paper there. And that's just, you know, that's kind of one of the reasons I have slat wall, is it's kind of modular and I can like add things like these gladiator shelves. I just put them in the slats and they hold up great. I still sent screws through it to, you know, ultra secure it, but works great. And that kind of leads into the next thing. So if you see over here, I've got slat here, and I mentioned in a previous video or around the block, I did a massive renovation in my house starting a couple years ago. And at the tail end of that, the last thing I was gonna do was renovate my office. And so part of that is these Amazon panels on the back. These are 3D panels. I didn't 3D print these. Oh my God, can you imagine how much filament that would take? So I'm gonna redo my whole office in slat. But part of that is, and again, this is not e-com related, just give me some rope here. The slats, that brown is ugly to me. And you can also, if you know, keen eyes will be able to see screws where I screwed it into the wall. And so that's kind of always given me agita. It's bugged me a little bit. Now they make inserts for slat wall, but they are super expensive. And I mean really expensive. The aluminum inserts, it's commercial grade stuff. And of course it's gonna be expensive. They also make like a vinyl tape that you can send through. Thought about doing that, but it comes out to about $40 a roll if you can find it. And you got to thread it in there meticulously. And 40 bucks per panel. I've got a total of 25 panels, I think, in the office. So a significant amount of money just to kind of hide the ugly. So my idea was to paint it. Now, if you try to get a brush in there, you're gonna get mess all over your nice slat wall. And so I thought, okay, what if I could make some kind of carriage, some kind of guard to put into the slat and send it through. And that's exactly what I designed here. And I think I might turn this into a product because, you know, there's a lot of, well, not a lot of people, but people who get slat wall and want to hide the ugly parts, and maybe buying 40 bucks, you know, per panel just to hide the ugly part, would just prefer to paint it. Takes a little longer, but paint's cheap, and so maybe this little carriage dealie would do the trick. Let me show you how it works. Now, I've got a revised version going down here on my Flashforge 85M Pro. Got it going in ABS, if it's gonna pan down that far. But this one I did in just PLA, and so the idea being is that it is a guard, so it's hollow in the middle. That way, if you're taking a paintbrush and you're trying to paint in here, if you're trying to paint in this slat, you know, if you try to stick your brush in there, it's gonna get mess on every side. It's gonna look terrible. So this little carriage here, you put it into the track and you hold on to it, and then you just put your brush in there and then you slide it along the track, hopefully painting, hopefully not getting drips anywhere. My version 2.0's got like a little sill on the bottom to catch any like drips because I'm gonna, you know, eventually start doing this at speed. So hopefully testing this out later. I've got high hopes for it. And again, you know, it's cheap and small enough to where I'd probably sell like a 10-pack of these on Etsy, eBay, wherever, you know, for $20-something. And, you know, kind of with like the Ultimate Pen Cup, the USB Tricon, and some of these other things I've been printing, I've been putting up multiples for a discount. And I think that kind of helps absolve some of the concerns I have about selling cheap stuff, because it's like getting the box out, shipping all this stuff, you know, to make $5 doesn't exactly get my hard. Cut out the part where I say gets my dick hard. So if I sell them in a multi-pack, then it's like, you know, I can offer it at the per unit price is cheaper, but I'm still actually making something it's not even meaningful, but, you know, something extra instead of just $5 for all that work. So I'm gonna be working on that today. Additionally, at the stores, if you saw over here, I'm gonna be sending off the T-Rex skull that I had in stock. I'm gonna probably print another one of those to keep in stock to sell on the Etsy, but the store sold one of those and I've already got it sitting here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get it out. Additionally, some like a Spider-Man thing. And I know like people like, you can't sell these licensed things, and I've gone back and forth. If you've been a fan of the channel for a while, you know that I've kind of gone through these stages of like denial, acceptance, anger, whatever it is, for selling prints that, you know, you can't really sell online, but I have stores and people like that kind of stuff there. And it's just, I'm technically not gonna sell it there, but it's just so ubiquitous and universal, people doing that. I'm not too concerned about it, and if it is an issue, then it's decoration. To that end, another skull print that is highly recognizable, Cubone. Maybe my favorite Pokemon. No, I'm just kidding. Psyduck's always my favorite. But this Cubone skull, got this off the P1P yesterday. Very clean print, very easy print. Some supports on the bottom. This is in bamboo matte PLA. And it kind of gives it a different sort of vibe versus the regular matte, and maybe that doesn't translate in the camera. It did take a surprising amount of supports, and the surface is kind of marred up from that. I could heat treat it, but overall, I think this is kind of a cool print. Maybe someone in the store would want to buy this and put it on their cat or their dog and, you know, kind of make oh, that's funny. I was thinking about doing a really big one on the Orange Storm Giga, because that is a kind of a cool, clean, simple model. So we're going to be doing a few more of those, but let's look at the Big Mama Jamma, the coffee table with the Orange Storm Giga. Taking a look, did this at a 0.5. Surface finish looks really good. Overhangs I did have concerns about because I did no supports on this, and I squashed the model, which made the overhangs sharper. This is nothing that a torch will not fix, and again, there's only 2 of them. This one looks a lot better. No issues there. Sturdy bottom layer. It's a 3% gyroid infill. The bottom looks fine. This is part of the model. I'm not sure why, but, you know, I just kind of left it in place. It's pretty striking and impressive, this organic, modern sort of thing. Let's see if the tabletop fits. Heavy Boston. All right, let's see. You know, that's a good point. I'm glad I thought about that. I need to get rubber things at Lowe's. Lowe's rubber things. But dude, let's put this on the floor. How about it? Might look a little more how it's supposed to look. Oh man, I just got a wicked splinter. Oh no, never mind. That splinter's been there a while. All right, so coffee table base right here. Let's frame it up. Again, 16 inches tall, which seems to be about the standard. Tempered glass tabletop. Boom. Boom. Look at that. Beautiful. Rooms to go, I got shit on me. Suck it, Ashley Furniture. This is not a bad look. I'm gonna get some rubber things at Lowe's to put here on these contact points. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just so the tabletop doesn't slide around. But I'm actually decently impressed with that. I mean, that's furniture being printed on a 3D printer, and you know, I'll say the possibilities are endless, but you know, imagine some of the other stupider prints that I've made, like say, I don't know, those things. As a coffee table base, again, this is $46. The cost all in, it was $81 to produce this, and so shipping is, you know, probably at least $100. And so if I can get, you know, a $50 rip on it, then I'm pretty happy. And this is, you know, actually pretty cool. I'm kind of impressed, more impressed than I thought I would be with this coffee table. And I mean, can you imagine rolling yourself a doobie on this? I mean, who wouldn't? So gonna be cleaning that model up today, hopefully getting some photos on it. My friend over at Brodhead Designs by Brodhead, Ryan, check out his channel, link to it's in the description below. He was talking about how he was having a lot of success with photo room for his Etsy listings. So I think I might be going through, especially with the coffee table and maybe some of the other things, maybe the Ultimate Pen Cup or the USB Trigon, going through and kind of running those through photo room to kind of get some better photos, some higher quality stuff, because I feel like that's, you know, probably an area I could really improve upon to boost, you know, whatever sales that I do hope to get. But yeah, man, tell me what you think about that coffee table. I'm looking at it right now and I'm like, I made that. Well, actually I didn't. I didn't make any portion of that. I had the idea for it and I chopped someone else's design up to make it. I bought the printer. So, I mean, I'm taking credit. Give me 50% credit for it. Can we agree on 50%? Let me know what you think about the coffee table in the comments below, and let me know what the next big print on the Giga should be. Should it be another piece of furniture, another T-Rex skull, giant Cubone skull? Be sure to like the video because it's the nice thing to do, and subscribe for more content like this. I'm The Technicals. See you next time.